Okay, this one is for day 6. Today is Monday, but this one's for day 6. Using unit rate and using unit rate to convert measurements, page 11 and 12. So it's page 11, which is this one, using unit rates to convert measurements, and then page 12. A lot of problems for today, but we're going to do the first 4 for right now. Let me pop this out before we get started, just in case anybody needs or comes with questions or anything like that. Oh, Iready. Looks like we have 1. Anyway, so we're going to do number 1 first for that page. We're going to do number 1 first for that page. Iready. So number 1 says Susan has a 12-inch board for construction a wooden chair. The directions say to use a board that is 29 centimeters long. Is her board long enough? Oh my god. Is her board long enough to cut? So for this problem, I wonder if I can take this off. Do it later. For this problem, we have the ratio already, which is 1 inch to 2.54 centimeters. And this book is asking us, is her board long enough to cut? And this board is 29 centimeters long. Now, it says that Susan has a 12-inch board for construction wooden chair, and the directions need 29 centimeters. Is 12 inches long enough? Is 12 inches long enough for 29 centimeters? We have to change centimeters into inches. We know that 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. The question we want to find out is, how many inches is 29 centimeters? Or we can find out how many centimeters is 12 inches. You can try doing either or. So for example, from 2.54, it's really hard to multiply you to get something that gives you 29. So we're not going to do that part. We could, but it's going to be really hard. So what about inches? 1 inch to 12 inch, can we do that? 1 inch to 12 inches seems a lot easier. So I'm going to do 12 inches. But how did I get from 1 inch to 12 inches? I multiplied by 12. 1 times 12 equals 12. So whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other side. For this one, it's okay to use a calculator, just because we have more decimals and we have actually less space to do our work in. So we're going to do 2.54 times 12 and we get 30.48. We get 30.48 centimeters. That means that this 12-inch board is 30.48 centimeters long. It's more than 29. So this board will be long enough. So when we write our answer, we're going to say this board will be long enough. Yeah. Now, for this one, for the next problem, we're going to go to number 2. So number 2 asks us, Kevin uses 88 fluid ounces of water to make an all-purpose cleaner. The directions call for 4 fluid ounces of concentrated soap for every 3 cups of water. So every 4 fluid ounces, they have to use 3 cups of water. And it says that Kevin uses 84 fluid ounces of water to make an all-purpose cleaner. So that means that 84 fluid ounces, it's going to be 3 cups. We need to get from 3 cups of water to 84 fluid ounces of water. And when we find that, we'll find out how many fluid ounces of soap. I know it sounds confusing right now, because this one says fluid ounces and then this one says cups. So let's do this first. Let's change everything to one measurement. For example, this is fluid ounces, this is fluid ounces, and this is 3 cups of water. Okay, I'll send you the pages after this video, Emily. So we need to change 3 cups of water into fluid ounces first. Now, right now we're going to take this ratio right here, 1 cup for 8 fluid ounces, to find this one real quick. So if we have 1 cup, we want to get to 3 cups. We want to get to 3 cups. 1 times 3 gives me 3. Now, I got to do the same thing to this side, times 3. 8 times 3 gives me 24 fluid ounces. So now it's 4 fluid ounces of soap to not 3 cups, but 24 fluid ounces of water. So we're not using 3 cups anymore. We're going to be using 4 fluid ounces. So it's 4 fluid ounces of soap to 24 fluid ounces of water. That's the ratio Kevin uses when he makes his concentrate. Concentrate, it just means a mixture of something. It's like a mixture of 2 things. So we're going to erase this real quick just to have more space. Ooh, and we're going to continue when I find my pencil thing. There we go. Now, it says that Kevin uses 84 fluid ounces of water to make it. So now this is the ratio they use. This is what the directions say you have to use. But it says that Kevin used 84 fluid ounces of water. So instead of 24, he used 84 fluid ounces of water. Now, how do you get from 24 to 48? We can try skip counting and see if it gets there. So let's see, 24 plus 24 gives me 48. Okay. 48 plus 24, let's check it. 12, carry the 6, 7. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that doesn't work. So there's not a number I can multiply 24 to get 84. Since I can't do that, I need to do this backwards. I need to divide 84 by 24. And it'll tell me what the multiplication number will be. So I'm going to take 84 and divide it by 24. So 84 divided by 24 right here. And I get 3.5. So that means that we need to multiply by 3.5. Now, that means that I need to multiply this side by 3.5. So this one you can actually show your work for. 3.5 times 4. 12, 13, 14. 1 decimal spot, 14. So that means that Kevin is going to use 14 fluid ounces of soap. Because he used 84 fluid ounces of water, that means that he used 14 fluid ounces of soap. That one's really confusing just because the fluid ounces, the cups of water, has a lot of long measurement words. So let's go to the next one. Let's go to number 3. So number 3 says, let me see, Emily, real quick. Just the first 5 days, Emily. Now, for number three, this one says Shannon test drives a car in Germany and drives 95 kilometers per hour. What is her speed in miles per hour? Now, we have this ratio right here. 1 kilometer is approximately 0.62 miles. Now, this person is driving 95 kilometers per hour. Can we get from 1 to 95? Yeah, it's pretty easy. 5 kilometers. I don't think that's the abbreviation. Kilometer. Now, I do 1 times 95 to get 95. Now I need to do 0.62 times 95 to get how many miles this person's speed is. So again, long numbers, we're going to use a calculator for this one. We're going to use 0.62 times 95, and we get 58.9. That means that Shannon drives at 58.9 miles per hour. Let's go to our next one. All right, next one is number 4. Number 4 says Keith works 8 hours per day for 5 days per week. So if we have like 5 days, let's say we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This person works 8 hours per day for 5 days per week. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. That means that in a week, this person works 40 hours. Now, it says that Melba works for 2,250 minutes each week. Who spends more time at work? Now, this is Keith's. For Melba, she spends this many minutes working. But I have hours up here. So I can do 2 things. I can change the hours to minutes, or I can change the minutes to hours. Now, if I go from hours to minutes, I need to divide it by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. Now, if I go from minutes to hours, I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. Because I'm going from hours to minutes, I would multiply that by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. And if I'm going from minutes to hours, I would divide it by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. I'm going to divide it by 60 just because, not that it's easier, it's just, I don't know. So we're going to do 2,250 divided by 60, and that tells us how many hours. So when I divide this by 60, I get 37.5 hours. That means that Keith worked more time. That means that Keith spends more time at work. That's going to be it for page 11. I forgot what page it was. This was for what page is this? Day 6, page 11. I'll do page 12 right now after this.